What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. He ordered another selfie stick slash monopod on Amazon. This one's a 78 centimeter monopod, and what I thought was interesting about this one, packaging is a little beat up, I guess, when it gets here, is that it kind of folds up pretty compactly, but it seemed to have some interesting features. So, first of all, I mean, it certainly looks the business. Kind of looks pretty professional. This seems to be like a rubberized coating around a handle here. We have a little shutter button with a little camera icon on there. So it does have a battery. It will Bluetooth connect to your device. It has this swing out, camera holder. This is all plastic and spring loaded right there. There's a little rubber base on the bottom here. It's pretty stiff, but it is rubber. And then this is like coated, the top part is also like coated in a rubber or something, so it should be pretty grippy and hold it in. It seems pretty strong. And then you have a screw, a wing nut right here that'll allow you to adjust your angle and then lock it in. It does have a kind of a fairly thin two-planed mount there, and that's all plastic. It probably doesn't feel as weighty or as solid in my hand as I'd probably like, but kind of is what it is. And then on the bottom here, we have like a little plastic cap, and it doesn't come off, but you do have a little loop there for a lanyard, which it does come with. So it does come with this little lanyard. This is a pretty small lanyard. Probably have to have a pretty thin wrist to use it. Just go ahead and throw that on. They are nice for selfie sticks. You don't want to drop it and lose it. And then we have a cable hanging out the back here, like a 3.5 millimeter audio cable. Okay, so I get what the cable's for. It's actually only for using this shutter button. So it doesn't have Bluetooth built in. So you would plug this in and then it would kind of register this as like a headphone or ear pods, and that your volume button then would fire off the shutter. So this thing, while it extends here like this, 78 centimeters apparently, you would have to plug this piece into your phone in order for you to be able to use the shutter button. Now, if you have an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus that doesn't have a headphone jack, then this is totally useless because there's no Bluetooth built in. But if you do have a headphone jack and you do use the shutter button to fire off, the camera or photos, most Android phones, iPhone 6s and older, this will work fine. But if you're looking for a Bluetooth handset or selfie stick, this one is not going to be for you. Let me just give you a actual measurement. I'm only going to measure from the base of the mount there, so the fully extended steel bar to the base of the handle here, and it's basically 27 inches or about 68 centimeters. So I think the 78 centimeters that they're measuring from includes the phone mount at the top there. So the reality is if you're holding it here, you're only going to have 22, 23 inches and beyond, or maybe 78 or 57-ish centimeters in total extendable length. We will try it, and even though it doesn't have Bluetooth, we'll still take some shots with it. Let's try it. All right, guys, so I've got this little black selfie stick in my hand, and it's totally collapsed right now. I'm just holding it in my hand, really. And the first thing I will tell you is that there's a little bit of a jiggle in it, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's just the number of sections, while they're pretty tight, they do rotate just a little bit. It's kind of some of the nature of a low-tech metal on metal piece. Now, this is the one with that 3.5 millimeter jack, so what you can't do is I can't shutter control with the button on the handle. Click, 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 click. I'm clicking it and it's not doing anything, right? What I do like about it is the holder that the phone sits in doesn't have any lateral support, just the vertical support, so I can center the phone so it's nice and balanced in my hand, as opposed to that other selfie stick where the camera was hanging all the way off. Now if I extend it out to its maximum length here,
that's what you get. And so it does work. And you know, it's only a couple of feet, but you know, it's a good shot. And if you're hiking with other people and kind of want you and your loved ones at the beach, or your kids, or your girlfriend, or something like that, or your boyfriend, you know, this will work. And like I said, it's pretty easy to extend. But as I'm extending it, one of the things that I can tell you is that it's really easy to extend, right? These telescoping sleeves here are not the tightest in the world, and I think they only kind of get looser as you extend them and collapse them. And so that's where that play is coming in a little bit, you know, like that, to twist a little bit. I'm trying to hold it pretty steady here, and I don't have any optical image stabilization on the front facing camera, so you're kind of seeing a real life example of what you'll get if you're walking with this thing. But I do like that high shot, and it's about the right length. It's not too long, it's not too short. It's pretty much a Goldilocks thing. But just, I think the feel of my hand is a little chintzy. I don't like the fact that you got to use this 3.5mm cable to control the shutter with the button down here. But if you do have a headphone jack on your phone, that actually is pretty clever. You don't need the Bluetooth capability to, you know, turn on the phone or not, right? So if you kind of like that lower tech way of doing it, I think that's pretty cool. So there it is. It's all right. I'll put a link to it in the description. If this one fits the bill, pick it up. Peter von Panda, out. Fingers got to go all the way up here to turn off the video.